Hi everyone, this is Dr. Manu Krishnan K, and in today's session we will be discussing about the superficial palmar arch. So here in this particular diagram itself you can see an arch formed, the red color arch, which is nothing but an arterial arch which is present within the palm. So let's see in detail about the superficial palmar arch. So it is an arterial arch which represents an important anastomosis between the ulnar artery on the medial side and the radial artery on the lateral side within the palm. And how can you define the location of superficial palmar arch? It can be defined as it is located within the palm and beneath the palmar aponeurosis. So in the previous session we have discussed about the palmar aponeurosis in detail. So once you remove the palmar aponeurosis, the structure that will come to visibility is the superficial palmar arch. So let's see how it is formed. So the arch begins as a terminal branch of ulnar artery and that is lying distal to the pisiform bone. So in the previous session on flexor retinaculum, we have seen the pisiform bone and we have seen the hook of the hamate and we have seen some fibers of this particular flexor retinaculum attached to that points. So distal to the pisiform bone is the origin point of terminal branch of the ulnar artery. Then it runs forwards and medial to the hook of the hamate, then turns lateral deep to the palmar aponeurosis. So at that particular point, after running past the hook of hamate, it turns laterally to form a curve and that runs deep to the palmar aponeurosis. And later it joins any one of the branches of radial artery. So the radial artery will give off three branches, namely the princeps pollicis, radialis indicis, and the superficial palmar branch. That are the three branches arising from the radial artery. So this particular ulnar artery terminal branch which will arch and join with any of these three branches. Most commonly it is attached or like it is joining with the superficial palmar branch of the radial artery. So here in this representation also I have drawn in such a way that the particular terminal branch of ulnar artery is joining with the superficial palmar branch of the radial artery. So here the medial aspect you can see the ulnar artery and here you can see the radial artery and you can see distal to the pisiform bone it runs forwards and then it turns laterally and it runs deep to the palmar aponeurosis and finally it joins with any of the one branch arising from the radial artery. So I have told you about three branches, right? So the radial artery have three branches. One is superficial palmar branch, then we have one running to the thumb that is called as the princeps pollicis and we have one branch that is running towards the index finger and that is called as the radialis indicis of the radial artery. So that we will discuss later. Today we will be discussing only on the superficial palmar arch. So let's see what are the relations of superficial palmar arch now. So obviously you know that it is lying deep to the palmar aponeurosis. So the superior or the outer relation will be the palmar aponeurosis and along with that there is another relation. Here in this diagram you can see one small muscle and that is called as the palmaris brevis. So this terminal branch of the ulnar artery will be lying deep to it. It gives a bit of protection to that particular artery over there. So it is related superiorly or like ventrally by the palmar aponeurosis and the palmaris brevis muscle. And later what happens? It arches deep to the palmar aponeurosis, right? So when it arches or when it turns laterally, it crosses the palm over the flexor digiti minimi, the flexor tendons of the fingers, lumbricals, and the digital branches of the median nerve. So these all structures will be lying below the superficial palmar arch and these lie above the superficial palmar arch. So these are the important relations that you should remember regarding the superficial palmar arch. Then let's see the branches of superficial palmar arch. It's very easy to remember. There are four principal branches for the superficial palmar arch. So let's count them once again. So here starting from the medial aspect we have 1, 2, 3 and 4 principal branches. Now let's name each of them. So these four palmar digital branches or the four principal branches are further classified into three types. So here you can see the three types, where the first one you can see it is rising from the superficial palmar arch and running straight to the medial aspect of little finger, isn't it? But what about the other three? Here we have 1, 2 and 3. They are like arising from the superficial palmar arch. Then it divides into two branches and supplies the adjacent sides of little finger and ring finger here. Then the ring finger and the middle finger adjacent sides here. Then the middle finger and index finger adjacent sides. So these three branches are termed as the common palmar digital branches, and the other one which is running straight to the finger is called as the one proper palmar digital branch. So proper palmar digital means that directly goes to the digit, and we have three common palmar digital branches. So one more thing you have to remember is that the first common palmar digital branch, it goes till here, till the cleft of this two fingers, and then it divides into two branches, and these two branches can also be called as the proper palmar digital branches. So that we will discuss how this further divisions are happening. So the interdigital clefts between the two digits, there will be a cleft, and it is where this common digital arteries receives three branches. Okay, we have seen the three common digital branches, and if you look closer you can see an orange color representation behind the superficial palmar arch. That is nothing but the deep palmar arch that we will be discussing later, and you can see there are three branches which is represented by the dotted lines joining with the common palmar digital branches here. So we will discuss about that. So the corresponding palmar metacarpal arteries from the deep palmar arch will be joining the common digital arteries, and they finally further divide into proper palmar digital branches. So the same representation here, you can see these are the palmar metacarpal arteries. The dotted orange lines represents the palmar metacarpal arteries which are arising from the deep palmar arch, and they will join with the common palmar digital branches, and later once it reaches the cleft it again divides into two, the proper palmar digital branches. So that is here you can see that proper digital branches which are going to the adjacent side of consecutive fingers. So this is how the branching is happening, and how it will be supplying. So you can define the supply as together all these branches arising from the superficial palmar arch, which is the first proper digital branch, then the three common digital palmar common digital branches, they will supply the medial 3.5 fingers. So that they are colored with the pink color here. You can see the medial little finger, ring finger, middle finger, and half of the index finger. That too particularly the medial half of index finger are supplied by the superficial palmar arch. So this concludes the branches and all the anatomy regarding the superficial palmar arch. Thank you.